Hello and welcome everybody, and thanks for joining me again. My name is Wilky and I am back with more Vindictus on my Vela, and I'm currently in a very strange and different dungeon, I would call it, because usually not all but most instance-based or dungeon-based games usually put the games in such a way or manner that it's pretty much straightforward where you have to go, so it's usually only one path or a few branches or something like this. And these types of dungeons are a bit different. They are not completely like a maze, but they are a lot less conclusive in terms of direction. So there are actually a couple doors and hallways you can walk down, not actually knowing if it's the right or the wrong path. And while that is not necessarily something bad, since I already know these dungeons, or not that I know them, but I already ran these on my LAN, although that was like 3 years ago, I do sort of remember, partially at least, how these dungeons look like and what traps and something like this can look like. But I don't really remember anymore how exactly... What the hell? Why did my combo not work? How exactly these things work. And this host is kind of laggy, which is not too good. It's really not too good. Since that might actually kill me on the boss. But I'm gonna try and do my best. Oh, there we are. So yeah, these dungeons, like I said, are kind of different. I'm not sure if you can open the map here or something. I don't think so, no. Maybe there was or is an option to actually view the full map. I'm not entirely sure about that. It's not really that bad, really. You can probably waste a good 20 minutes in these dungeons. I don't really plan on playing so long, especially since we have the Oath of Honor win within 15 minutes. So we kinda have to hurry a little bit. But then again, I do not think it's going to be such a big deal. Hopefully, at least. I really hope so. But nonetheless, it's a pretty neat dungeon. It's definitely something different from all of the dungeons before. Although, most of the Season 2 dungeons work in a completely different manner. I haven't really showed any of these yet, and I'm not entirely sure if I will ever do so, because a full run of these dungeons can easily take about 45 minutes or so, which is not really my usual time for a video, especially since it's really only walking around, kill one boss, do something, kill the next boss. So it's not really something completely new, but it's kind of cool because it changes the pace of the game. Where you usually have these dungeons that you play multiple times when you farm something or do this and that. There you have these big Season 2 maps which give you different options of different bosses you want to fight. And yeah, it pretty much changes the pace of the game pretty nicely. So it's a pretty cool thing, and I really have no clue where I have to go. Maybe he found the right direction. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe I have the right one. I think I just traveled back to the start. Great. Good job, Wilky, good job. Oh man. See, that's what I meant, that sometimes this can be kind of confusing. I think I just came back here. And I'm not entirely sure where I actually have to go. I suppose this guy is heading towards the right direction, but he's kind of standing around, or it looks like it, but he's probably just fighting enemies. Hopefully. Yeah, I think he's fighting. There we go, I caught up again. We only have about 10 minutes left, so it shouldn't take too long. Usually these options, which give you a time limit on dungeons, they usually are fairly large. So if it, for example, says clear or win within 15 minutes, you usually can clear the dungeon in about 7 minutes or so. I really hope so, I'm not too sure. Kill that golem. These are kind of pesky. Especially, there's a rage boss that pretty much is like a huge golem. And some other boss, I think it's this one, actually summons a golem from time to time. Can I shoot the ballista? No? I can. Sniped. What? Alright. Some ballista fun. Oh wow, he hit me. You hit me, man. No fun really. And that's also the reason why, like I said, I usually play alone. I prefer playing solo, but these dungeons actually are a lot easier and less annoying if you play with a party. So that's one of the few dungeons I prefer running with a party. Because not only does it increase the speed which you can clear these maps, it also helps you prevent failing. Because if you can imagine if you spend 15 minutes or so in a dungeon and you will die at some point and you're not able to resurrect or there's nobody to help you, that can be quite frustrating. And I want to avoid that, so I simply joined someone's party. Is this guy still alive? Yeah, he is. Oh, no. Oh, wow. My armor, or rather my gloves are broken, but that shouldn't be too much of a deal. Maybe, I'm not too sure. Although I see probably 80% of the Kai players using crossgun, so it really seems that crossgun is either a lot easier or simply bow is crap in terms of effectiveness. For now I cannot really tell, but the majority of Kai seems to stick to crossgun. Which is not too bad really. Which is not really too bad. Anyways, I actually have checked out the European posts and there aren't so many about the region lock issue. And quite frankly, at least for the European version, there are not too many countries which are blocked. There are a few, but as I mentioned in the video before, it's actually the developer doing these region locks, or they have some sort of policy that they do that or want to do that. I really don't know the reason, except for they want to maybe they want to prevent either connectivity issues or something. I mean, since there are several versions, I kind of understand that they want to restrict people from all over the world to play on a region server or somewhere where they shouldn't be playing, because on a European server you imagine playing with Europeans mostly. I mean, sure, even in Europe there's time differences and there's people that have things to do during the daytime, some people can only play at nighttime, and there's different things, but I kind of understand, and for one part I'm also glad that there is a region lock, because it really prevents most people that are not from Europe from playing the game. But then again, it kinda... I mean, for some games there are not versions for every country, so in some cases, and I think Vindictus is one of these cases, not everybody is able to play the game, because the North American version is also region locked, so they also do not allow everybody to play there. And no, that's not the right direction. We gotta go there then. And the European version, like I said, I think there was like 20 countries or so which are blocked. Most of them are not European or I wouldn't classify them as European countries. So, oh, this dude is kind of really laggy. Wow, I just got hit, but I didn't. This is really funny. 5 more minutes to go. I think the boss should be around the corner, though. I think 2 or 3 hallways, or maybe even in this hall. Yeah, there we go. Silberin, he's kind of a quest NPC. Oh yeah, he has these teleports. Wow. Maybe we should have cleared. Oh damn it. Maybe we should have cleared all of the mobs instead. Why is he not attacking? Really? Jeez. This may be fun or not, I'm not too sure. This guy should be able to handle it, hopefully. I really hope so. Because I'm kinda... not really sure if that's working out very well. But it looks good, it looks pretty decent. Teleported. Where to? Alright, he's almost dead. Very good. So, it was actually not a bad decision to... Wow. That was a pretty neat thingy I didn't catch. That's the problem if you do not play with people you know. That's why I usually prefer playing alone or hosting my own stuff. Because then I know I'm not gonna lag. So I don't have to worry about it. Which is not really too bad because the other guy actually did it. So it's not really a big deal. But it's still kind of annoying, especially in raids. It's really frustrating if you join somebody who has either a not good enough connection or simply is too far away from you so that the peer-to-peer connection is not working out very well or something. I'm curious, he probably has 70% damage, yeah. Figured. Anyways, yeah, that was like I said, these are kind of different dungeons. They follow different rules than the other dungeons you have seen so far. I will probably show you some of the Season 2 dungeons, because they work in a completely different manner, sort of. It's like you have the choice of what enemies and what rooms you want to visit. So it's kind of cool, but also really time consuming, so I'm not entirely sure how I will pull that up. Because, like I said, a full run can easily take about 1 hour with a group. Which is not necessarily something I am too fond of making a video about, because I do not think you guys want to sit here for so long simply watching random people knocking around random bosses. Because even these bosses are not exactly hard, so there's not really any hidden mechanics or so. It's pretty much just general basic content. So I will probably not do it. Anyways, thank you guys for sticking around again on my Vela gameplay. If you want to see something specific, at least on the characters I currently play, feel free to give me a heads up. If you need some information, feel free to ask me. Like I said, I can give you, for most of the game, I can help you out with information. There are holes here and there in my knowledge, but I think that shouldn't be much of a problem. Anyways, like I said, thank you guys for joining me again, and as always, see ya!